and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
On this team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025. Today. This one the other way. It is still going back. The drag walks up and down. Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt three right on the money.
Takes a shot for Derby. Flag out. Doesn't matter. Touchdown.
On the sideline horse, number 1 on the 5th inning, 4 runs.
What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? Welcome into Victory Mondays edition. I know you saw a lot of softball there. Obviously, they went 6-0 this weekend, and some men's hoops. But before we get rolling anything, man, forks up to Coach Bame and men's and women's swim and dive, guys. Back-to-back Big 12 champs for both. Utter domination. Forks up, man. They crushed it. I know I gave you some results. The results from, a few days past on Friday when we were going through it. But, man, they absolutely crushed it on Saturday. They men's and women's bring home back-to-back, just utter domination. Coach Bame forks up, absolutely kicks ass. Your coaches, assistant coaches, team, everything. Like, it's just phenomenal. So, yeah, forks up to Coach Bame. Men's and women's swim and dive, Big 12 champs. Back-to-back Big 12 champs. Hashtag it is our state. I know. Volleyball told you. Volleyball won back-to-back champs. Swimming won back-to-back Big 12 championships. Absolutely crushing it. We'll get to results. But I digress. I am Michael Caratino at Diablo00 on X, artist known as the Twitter. Check out So Live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. You can also go to the wonderful world. I know this really surprises you. Of IG and watch as all you have to do is go to the wonderful world of IG and it's at michael.caratinudo.5. So yes, don't be bashful, go check it out. And the YouTube channel, guys, go to YouTube because again we got a lot coming up this week. We're gonna hear some sound. We're gonna get really crazy right into it after a quick recap. But we're gonna get right into it. But go to YouTube, watch live, but subscribe because I love the fact that you Pitchfork Lunchers are here. Forks up to that, right? But for those of you that are new, shame on you. Where have you been? You regulars know I'm going to say that to you. But that's why you subscribe to the YouTube channel because you can get all caught up. All you have to do, all right, is subscribe to the channel because you have missed a plethora of phenomenal con reviews. And I got a definitely one coming to you this week. Coach Bartlett is going to join us on Wednesday. They open up conference play. Friday. So, yes, Wednesday, they open up conference play. Or Coach Bartlett will be on Wednesday. So, but inevitably, you have missed like I said, plethora of phenomenal con reviews. Coach Bartlett has been on before. Pardon me, had a cough. But yeah, whether it's coaches, players, voices, insiders, alum, and I will find out this week, probably next week, because the women's Big 12 tournament is going down, and the phenomenal athletic director Graham Rossini was in North Carolina for the men's and women's swim and dive championships. So again, absolutely phenomenal. Alum Coach Bame forks up. Absolutely money. So we're gonna email probably get that scheduled for next week because the women in hoops play that team down south for the third time. So let's get to Turkey, baby. You guys know I love bowling. Well, a lot of you Pitchfork Lunchers know. Some don't, but I love bowling. Pops always love bowling, so I love bowling. But I'm just saying, like, let's get to Turkey, man. Let's 3 strikes, and they are out of here. Hashtag our state. Remember that. So. So I don't know if he is going to be there, but we will find out. I will find out. So chances are maybe next week. But we're also going to effort to get go out to swim, get Coach Bame and some of the ladies on because, again, we've had the guys on. One-man band in it. Absolutely love it, but you guys know. So, again, but Coach Bartlett, softball season, as they went undefeated this past weekend in the ASU Invitational. And all they caused Wisconsin to start struggling because they put up the most runs that Wisconsin has given up this year. They put up 15. So absolutely awesome. But yes, so we'll have Coach Bartlett on Wednesday. My point is you go to YouTube, you watch live, and you subscribe because you can binge watch season 1, keep watching season 3, binge watch season 2, keep watching season 3. And then, as we roll forward, you'll be all caught up by the time we start season 4. So again, because when guests come on, it's not like we talk about the same things every time because, well, why would they want to come on? And I'm a Sun Devil, so forks up to that. But you know what I'm saying. So go to YouTube. You see my name, Michael Carrington. You know my page is at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005, at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe. I will say this, man, with swimming and Coach Boehm, oh my goodness, kids. It is absolutely awesome due to the fact that when I tell you the score, I'm sure you probably looked it up. And a lot of you watched. And by the way, this is ASU's 7th Big 12 titles, Big 12 conference titles since joining the Big 12 last year, guys. So yeah, absolutely awesome. Yeah, so the women's team went back-to-back as Big 12 champions, like I mentioned, and the men's team won their 4th straight conference title because, as you recall, Coach Bowman, before he left for Texas, they won men's won the last 2 Pac-12 championships, and then won the next 2, obviously, Big 12 championships. So, and when the women did it last year, that was their first conference title in a minute. But for the men, that's 4 straight. So absolute domination. And Coach Boehm has been there for it all, being an assistant coach with Coach Bowman and then taking over. But yes, we'll chat with him. It's going to be absolutely fun to sit down and talk with Coach Boehm before nationals. We're going to aim to do that. So with a pair of conference titles Saturday night, the Devils have won 7 Big 12 championships since joining the conference, and joined Sun Devil Volleyball as the only teams to successfully defend their Big 12 titles this season. So yeah, and I mentioned that earlier when they were getting going. Once volleyball did it, you pitchfork lunchers know. I talked about that. I'm like, yeah, swim is on their way. And during the week, they brought home, and I know I told you this, but like, it wasn't, well, after Friday, there was a few more because we got off the air Friday during the day. They had finals and stuff Friday night, but they brought home 19 individual conference titles and added 8 relay titles. The number 2 ranked men's swim team put the finishing touches on the week with the men's 400 free relay of junior Ilya Haroun, graduates Remy Fabiani, Adam Cheney, and Johnny Kulo, who we talked to Ilya and Johnny, who were teammates, and securing the NCAA record, guys. Think of that, the 400 free in 2:42:15 to win the Big 12 title. Obviously, if set an NCAA record, well, unless somebody else could have set a record too, but they didn't. Believe me, domination from the Devils. 2:42:15 to win the Big 12 title. Kulo touched the wall in a thrilling 40:08 100 free anchor leg to secure the record. So yeah, absolutely money. The women's 400 relay team emphatically closed out the meet with the Big 12 title, led by a senior Gerda Sislagi, sophomore Julia Ullman, Grace Lindberg, and freshman Albane Cachot, clinching a school record of 3:12:86. Absolutely, because they were headed to the finals. I know I told you that Friday, but yeah, absolutely awesome. 3:12:86 in the 400 free relay for the women. Cachot swam a record 46.60 100 free anchor leg. The freshman to pass Arizona in the final 50 yards to give the Sun Devils a 3rd conference title on relays. The Sun Devil women's swim and dive team scored 1,898 points, won by 341. That's what you call domination, kids, and pitchfork lunchers. You know that. Over that school down south. The Sun Devil men's team scored 1,660.50 points during the week and won by 213 points. So they took it easy at the end. I kid because I care. And also, Remy Fabiani set a Big 12 record in the 100 free with the second fastest time in school history, winning gold at 40.67. Earlier in the week, Fabiani won an individual title in the 200 free with a 131.24. Again, just domination in water. And Johnny Kulo was second in the 100 free, hitting the wall at 41.47. Lightning. Both of them just absolute lightning. And then the freshman, Albane Cachot, ended up with a third individual title in the 100 free and set a meet record at 47.42, beating out 5 Arizona swimmers. I talked about this on I think it was Thursday or Friday. Like you see, it says ASU, and then it just says Arizona. When you're looking at like who's in the lanes, it's hilarious. I mean, again, I laugh. Yes, Arizona had a lot qualified, but a freshman from Sun Devil Nation dominated. So forks up to Albane Cachot. But yeah, 47-42. Cachot is the first Sun Devil man or woman to win 3 conference titles in the 50, 100 free, and the 200 free at the same conference championship meet. Additionally, she added 3 relay titles earlier in the week, man. So it is just absolutely awesome. Cachot was the freshman of the meet. After the meet, I know that's no surprise. You can say, why didn't you lead with that? You buried the lead. The lead is they won back-to-back titles. But additionally, Dennis Zertan, she was named Women's Swimmer of the Meet with 3 individual titles, with both swimmers scoring 96 individual points, my friends. Absolutely insane for Cachot and Ertan. Haroon was named Men's Swimmer of the Meet for his performance of setting meet records in both butterfly events and leading the men's team with 96 individual points. Ertan and Cachot scored. I mean, I chuckle because it's insane at this day and age and this level to train and be that dominant. And again, we're going to ask Coach Babe not to give away secrets because, why would we want to give it away to that school down south or anybody else? But just absolute domination for the alumnus coach. And the 200 backstroke, by the way, graduate Adam Cheney earned his second individual title of the week with a meet record 138.33, winning the first conference title in program history in the 200 back yesterday. Cheney won the 100 back in 44.13. And Dennis Ertan won her third individual title of the week, successfully defending her title in the 1650 in 16:06:04. Phenomenal. And junior Alexa Reyna earned the silver with the 16:18:42. And then freshman Noah Mudadu was second in the 1650 free with a 15:02:39 swim. Senior and Arizona native Ryan King, we talked to him, was sixth in the mile swim at 15:13:95, which, I mean, that's crazy. That's sixth. But again, talent and that. So, But, I mean, look, forks up to men's and women's swim and dive, man. They absolutely kicked ass, crushed it. Coach Boehm, an alumnus coach. I mean, that's 4 straight conference titles with him on the staff. Obviously, like I said, he was Coach Bowman's assistant. And then he takes over, and it is just, again, absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. So, man, forks up to that. We're going to get out there before NCAA championships, because after NCAA championships, it's been a long year for them. They're going to be scattered and gone, I'm sure this will be training, but they'll be kind of scattered and, and it'll be well earned. Well, there's a little bit more school left, but nonetheless, we'll work it out. But yeah, and I mentioned women's hoops. Oh man, such a tough one yesterday to Texas Tech on the road. They lost by 5. I mean, look, they held Texas Tech to 56. Phenomenal news. The bad news is Texas Tech held them to 51. The Devils only scored 9 points in the third quarter, and I know you guys think it's all rainbows and unicorns with me. They've had a few quarters like that. It's unfortunate. Defensively, it looked like Texas Tech has a softball, but I'm following the play-by-play. It looks like they were really, really focusing on McKenna Bracken's tons because Gabby Elliott played a pretty game. I mean, tough shooting early on for her, but yeah, so they fall. Softball, like I said, goes 6-0 over the weekend for the ASU Invitational. Forks up, like I said, Coach Barlow will be joining us. Baseball, man, they split with Oklahoma. They took the first game and then the second game in the ninth inning. Schaefer came in and Oklahoma, look, they got talent, and they were able to get 2 runs and beat the Devils by 1. So then they took that into the playing at Globe Life Field where they played Mississippi State, Tennessee, and Texas A&M last night on ESPN. And the Devils did drop all 3, so now they go from 8-0 to 8-3. Or no, 8-4. Yes, they're 8-0, 8-1. Yeah, 8-4. But they learn. Look, Coach Bloomquist learned a lot. These pitchers learned a lot. I mean, A&M had an answer for a lot, and the Devils, I mean, got runners on base, and then pitches were made. Unfortunately, grounded into some double plays, popped out. But the Devils, I mean, look, they're making contact. The arms that Coach can throw out there, and like I said, it was tough. Take it back. I don't want to say fully tough for some, but like this schedule is challenging, and these pitchers, they're gonna see that. So, hey, and it's not an excuse, but again, and yes, it needs to turn into wins. And the fact the way they played and they were 8-0, going up and up and up. Like this team can win. This team, Cole Carlone, I mean, he had a hell of a game Friday night against Mississippi State. He was rolling. And, I mean, again, they got 2 hits off him, but one was a big hit, and they got some runs. So, I mean, they fell to Mississippi State. Tennessee, they fell to 5-3. But they were going back and forth with both those 2. And then it's like almost like they're talented. So I'm not ripping on A&M as much as, I can't say on the SEC. But they're a very good team. And it was almost like death by 1,000 paper cuts, though. Because, like, the Devils scored 2, and then they scored 3. And but yeah, I mean, the pitching overall was making plays, and Coach Bloomquist getting arms in there, not just for the sake of getting arms in there, like matching guys up, and they got a lot of just again solid pitching they can match up. So we'll see how they learn from this. Women's lacrosse had a hell of a game against USC. I know I posted some stuff Saturday. My phone wasn't working when I was there, but they were down big at halftime, and then they outscored USC in the second half and fell by 3. But forks up to lacrosse, man. I mean, again, they're 2-3 now, and then water polo is number 5, and they fell to I want to say they lost by 1 to Cal. Because I was there again. I was 11-10. I mean, so again, it was late, and they were they were up, and I went over to men's hoops because that had just gotten started. So yeah, Saturday was a phenomenal day. Like I said, started quickly at lacrosse, went to water polo, which again, phone wasn't charged, but giving updates, letting you know at hoops, and then charging everything at hoops, and it worked out well, and that was that. But so 11-10, and I mean for Coach Party, and we'll be catching up with her because again, they're 19-3, and they went in at number 5 in the country. So now they have losses to UCLA, Stanford, and Cal. So Northern California got them, except for San Jose State. They were able to get San Jose State. So that in and of itself, again, absolutely, absolutely awesome. So, but men's hoops, hey, look, they beat Utah, my friends. They did beat Utah. And the cool thing about that is now they got Kansas coming to town, and that's Kansas has not done well against. Now look, they just got their wheels blown off down in Tucson. Now they did cut it down to 2 points, the Jayhawks in Tucson. But look, as much as I can't stand that team, Pitchfork Lunchers, you know that Kansas was not going to win that game. Now they were down by a lot. They got it to 2, and then Arizona said, "Okay, enough of this," and showed that they flexed and they pulled away. But for the Devils, you beat Utah. Can you beat Kansas? Can you beat Iowa State? We'll find out, but that's what they got left. So Kansas is here at Desert Financial Arena coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Yeah, so I'll get it all to you. But, hey, we're going to take a quick break. Let's take a quick break. When I get back, though, the person we're going to hear from is Coach Hurley, and then we're going to hear from Coach Bartlett from yesterday after the we're going to hear from Coach Bartlett from Sunday after going 6-0, and it was the lowest scoring game, and you saw the home runs. Tiare Ho Ching, Tanya Wendell had a few home runs too, and a few more phenomenal diving catches. And she, phenomenal diving catches, and had to leave the game. And Coach, but we'll find out from Coach how she's progressing, because that kid knows no quit. Cactus High School kid, local kid, transferred back here. Talked to the team dad, her dad, Mike Wendell. But yeah, getting to come back here is absolutely awesome. We're going to catch up with Tanya at some point this season too. So love to sit down with her and Tiare, because Tiare loves batting leadoff. But even if she's in the 9 hole, it's the second leadoff hitter, but she might be in the 2 hole. I don't know. We're going to talk to Coach Bartlett about all this, because I know on Wednesday, because I know you guys got it. But we're going to step aside. When we get back, like I said, we will hear from Coach Hurley, go right into that. And then after that, we'll have Coach Bartlett all coming up here on Pitchfork Lunch. All right, we are back here on Pitchfork Lunch. I am Michael Harrison at Diablo00 on XR, formerly known as Twitter. You can check out the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. My IG, Michael.Caratuno.5. The YouTube channel, guys, watch live, but do subscribe as you have, again, you've missed a ton of phenomenal reviews, press conferences, again, player interviews, all that stuff. And if you're not watching, well, if you are watching, you're going to see this, but you can always go back and reference too. But yes, we are going to hear from Coach Hurley after trolling the win. Masamba Jot, man, this kid just gets better and better. And I know Coach Hurley said on the radio real quick a few weeks ago, like, he's like an off season away, strength and conditioning from being a lottery pick. And this kid, again, I mean, I think if he came out, he probably wouldn't be in the lottery right now, which I would take him. And it has nothing to do with it. I mean, him being a Sun Devil, yes, you guys know that. But if you watch him play, if you watch from the beginning of the season, the way he moves his feet, when he catches the ball, if he has to slide, some of the catches he's made and hoops he's done, setting screens. Now, again, 2 for 2 from 3 the other night. 2 for 2 from 3. Shoots free throws well. Like, again, I don't understand why a team wouldn't take him, but if he's not going to go in the lottery, it's going to cost him more money. So, inevitably, and again, I'm not saying the kid doesn't love basketball, want to play basketball, but if you're going to draft in the lottery, you stay one more year and you go that route. Anyway, but yes, let's hear from Sun Devil head coach Bobby Hurley. Again, yes, after the after the Utah victory. Sorry, I knew I could get it out of my mouth. But yes, this is but yes, here is Sun Devil head coach Bobby Hurley after the victory over Utah.
On some teams, the guys that have their injuries, they might be out for 6 to 8 weeks. But testament to the character of those two. Allen had an ankle injury in the TCU game. Mo at the end of the TCU game came up with a foot. He's got a mid-foot sprain. But neither guy practiced the last 2 days, and especially Mo, there was no hesitation when I said, "How you feeling? What do you think? You you sure you don't want to, make this thing perfect and get ready for Kansas?" And there was not a chance in the world the way that kid go before the game. And Allen, same thing, gutted it out. So very impressive. Very thankful to have those two in the program.
You're already playing with some more rotation. How rare is it to have a team have this many injuries and impact on the season?
Injuries are it's a part of it. I mean, I found out today, I didn't even realize that Oklahoma State center had a really good year this year at the end of the game. Just a crazy thing, tears his ACL. I mean, when I played, I didn't move fast enough maybe to hurt myself. These guys are superior athletes that are, playing a very physical game and a lot of contact and things like that happen.
You just mentioned 2 guys in the 7-man rotation, and you had other guys who have been hurt, sick, out. How's that felt? Just the unluckiness of it.
I don't feel like it's we came out with an objective to bring 15 guys in, and we have the numbers we have now. That's the world we live in, unfortunately. And I just can't thank enough the guys that are playing, that are pushing through injuries. Santi is another guy. He's had both ankles hurt over the last couple of weeks, and he made such a huge impact in this game, especially in the first 4 minutes of the second half when a lot of guys would put their head down if they missed a layup. He just kept going after the ball and going after the ball and going after the ball. So he personifies the type of players that I like to coach. And just thankful that he's pushed through injuries this year. He has not felt perfect in probably a couple months.
Along those lines, how is Noah and his face doing?
Yeah, he came back out, supported the team at the end. He was eligible to go back in the game, but at that point I didn't think it was necessary to put him back in, but he should be fine. He got a couple of stitches and he was prepared to go back in the game if he could. So I don't see any reason that he wouldn't be available next game.
What was the key after the first 5 minutes when Utah went up by 9 and you guys were just able to take control since then?
Just we got off to a little bit of a flat start, and they were scoring it. I told the guys, like in that first media, the only thing good that's happened here is that Brown picked up 2 fouls. Like that legitimately was the only good thing that happened. But then we circled the wagons and started playing better, and went on a big run at the end of the first half.
Can you talk about how clean the game was? You only had 5 turnovers and you only committed 6 personal fouls. So I don't even know. It's been a while since you guys had a game that clean.
This game was night and day compared. If you just allow him to have space to work in a man defense the whole game, then all those fouls that we didn't commit, we would have had a lot more guys potentially in foul trouble. So I think that was helpful to contain Brown more than anything else. He's the one guy that we really on the scouting report were concerned about.
And how much is that to do when you have job in the paint, being able to protect that? How much easier is it to run this 2-3 zone with a guy like that being on the
Yeah, him and Santi around the basket. We had 9 blocks as a team. That's great activity, and he had 4. Musamba did was really good at what we need him to do, just be in that last line of defense, and Santi at 3. So both guys in those positions did a great job.
Thanks, King.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
And yeah, there's Coach Hurley again talking about it. I mean, the injuries. Like he said, he goes Mo Odom banged up, Alan McCabe, Santiago Truitt. Again, friend of the program, Pitchfork Lunch program. So forks up to Santi, forks up to all of them. Like I said, getting that victory over Utah, absolutely huge. But yeah, I mean, they just they went down early. I was at Water Polo, came over and saw that they had just started their run in the first half, took the lead, and I mean that was that. And only 5 turnovers. I mean, absolutely phenomenal. As a coach, you'll definitely take that. So, look, I mean, they got some work to do. They got Kansas in Desert Financial Arena, which, I mean, I'm sure Kansas will sit there and say that they've had, granted none of these players were there the last time that Bobby Hurley beat Bill Self in back-to-back seasons. Just saying. But, yeah, tomorrow night, 7 p.m., DFA. It's on FS1, just so you know. And you can listen on ESPN 620, KTAR, and on the Sun Devil Radio Network there. So, again, we'll talk about it more tomorrow. Get your butts out there. Do not let Rock Chalk take over. And then they go to Iowa State this Saturday. So it's a noon game, also on FS1. So see if they get a little FS1 juju, a little magic there. So, but yeah, so absolutely money there. And again, like Coach Hurley saying, and look, we'll talk about it more. I told you guys, those that have been watching, I refuse to sit there and talk about, oh, he should be fired, or is he going to get fired, or has he done enough, or they didn't extend him yet, and they're going to talk. And Graham Rossini saying they're playing hard, and I trust, obviously I trust Graham in his word, but the guys are playing hard. And development wise, like I said, this kid. Santi being the rebounder that he is, Gavrovich, when his back's not tight, what he can do. Noah Houston, since he's been back, just building the legs more and more. Mo Odom, Pig Johnson off the bench. Yes, this kid could be starting, and he has had to start sometimes. But and it's got to turn into wins, guys. I'm not denying that. But if you're going to sit there and say a coach like team's not winning, it also goes to effort. There's teams that win on pure talent alone, or they might be a little wee bit more talented and they're not maybe as disciplined. They go through a season and they lose in the tournament because of that. Now, like, yes, the coach needs to get to the tournament. It's basically win the Big 12 tournament. Not basically, it is win the Big 12 tournament, because even if you win these next 2 games, right, they are 15 and 14. So they would be 17 and 14 and 8 and 10. They finish 8 and 10 in conference play. 9 and 5 at home, which they would be 10 and 5 at home, and then 3 and 8 away. So yeah, I mean, that's tough. But by the way, they're 4 and 1 on neutral site. So go to Kansas City for the Big 12 tournament. Just saying. Losing back-to-back to Baylor and TCU after beating Texas Tech, the way you played number 13 Texas Tech in Tempe. So, again, can you get that magic and beat Kansas? Speaking of magic, and this team that's absolutely rocking it, softball is now 19-3 for Coach Bartlett. They're 19-3 at home. They have not been away yet. I know it is a beautiful schedule. They played Oklahoma here, lost 2-1 to them, and then they lost 9-8 to Michigan. But then turn around the next day and shut Michigan out 8-0 in 6 innings. So didn't go the full 7. And then you split with New Mexico State. You beat them 9-1 and 5, and then you lose 6-5. And a lot of players talking about how they should have been able to beat. They should have won that New Mexico State game. Fair enough. And then they took on UC Riverside Thursday, won 9-1. Took on Eastern Illinois, won 9-5. Cruised past UNLV 9-2. Bombed Wisconsin 15-7. Beat Cal Baptist 10-5. And then CSU Bakersfield, it was 2-1. And Aisha Silva pitched a phenomenal game. Mika Lupi was to me, pitching wise, I mean, the long relief she had in one game, she started the next game, like complete game. Like Mika Lupi was definitely, I would say, the player of the weekend. If I was given one, it would be tough because, I mean, again, like I said, Tiare Ho Ching had a hell of a weekend. Obviously, Tanya Wendell had a hell of a weekend. Sam Swan caught is catching just absolutely beautifully. So, but nonetheless, they are 19-3, and they have Utah conference play coming in Friday at 6 p.m. At Farrington. So, yes, you'll be able to check it out. And then Saturday is at 4, and then Sunday is at noon. So, again, just one game a day, no double headers, makes life easier. So, anywho, but I say that because we are going to hear from Coach Bartlett right now after the again, she had some stuff Saturday night, and I'll play it before the next weekend. I want you to hear a lot of what she said Saturday night too, but yesterday, this was after going 6-0. So yes, so here is Coach Bartlett from yesterday after the Devils' 2-1 victory and undefeated ASU Invitational.
Get out of here with a win. I thought Bakersfield did a really nice job of keeping us off balance of play. I'm certainly happy we came out on the right side of that.
You saw a really good performance tonight on the mound. The decision to take her out, was that more of a fatigue thing or a matchup thing?
Yeah, it's hot, and she was just starting to lose control a little bit, and that's just, she's fatigued. She was just working at a pretty quick pace, and it's 90 out, so welcome to Arizona. But no, I thought she threw a beautiful game, and then Nika came in and got a big out.
Offensively, you said you guys made really good contact, obviously, all weekend, but like making good contact today and just a little bit of it going right to the fielders. What are you kind of saying? Obviously, they're confident, but what are you saying to them in the dugout coming back in?
Yeah, just try and stay on time and hunt good pitches. We certainly ended a few innings with line drives at outfielders, which is just frustrating, but it's how softball goes. So, yeah, we just just try and keep it as simple as we can. On a good pitch, get on time.
Their pitcher was throwing a lot of off speed and changeups. How did you guys see your team adjust to that?
Well, trying to just, I think, make the timing gap as small as you can and drive it opposite way. You have to try and stay as balanced as you can at the plate. Get through the top half of the ball, keep your hands above it. So, I don't know. They kept hearing strategic about using it, just to try and let their bodies rest a little bit.
The hitting has been really good throughout the weekend, at least 9 runs scored until today. Just weekend in general, how do you feel about the teams today?
Yeah, I mean, God, the bats went off this weekend. Yeah, it got a little tough, little dry today, but certainly no complaints. The girls are doing a tremendous job. Coach Bloomer is one of the best in the business, so Sun Devils are in good hands.
And then Issa was struggling a little bit on Thursday against, I believe it was Riverside. Command issues, she got early, but today, what was the difference that let her go 6 and 2/3 today?
She just had better command of the zone. She and Coach Barkfeld made a little adjustment to her wind-up, actually, in the bullpen that I think helped her just stay a little bit more balanced because she was delivering pitches, and then she had much better command of the zone. So, yeah, she's going to keep rolling out there. That's our veteran lefty, so... But, you know, it's, while we feel like we played a ton of games in 4 weeks, it's still preseason, haven't even seen a conference game. So we're all just still working through it a little bit.
How about her nice little defensive play on that bunt pop-up?
I know. She's funny. I actually thought she was going to dive, like kind of a little Odyssey Alexander moment there, which would have been pretty cool. But yeah, happy she made the catch and she didn't pull a hamstring in the process. So there we go. Yeah.
Offensively, there were times where you guys were chasing pitches out of the zone. What's kind of the adjustment from this game to the next time out next game?
Yeah, we talk a lot about zone control and zone awareness, but the reality is they're humans and not robots, and it happens some days. I thought that's probably one of the better games their pitchers thrown the whole year. Right, she kind of stepped up in a big moment. So yeah, we have to be very mindful of once we get the pitch we're hunting. We can't miss it. We can't watch it. We can't, we've got to make good on the hunt, which is probably how we got into so many messy at-bats late.
You got one more?
This is the first time since, your first year here that you won the final game of this classic. Is that kind of a little weight off the shoulders after last year losing Oregon State to come back and win it this year?
I hadn't even noticed, honestly. Preseason is such a barrage in softball. You play so many games, almost 40% of your schedule in the first 4 weeks, so I don't know, Saturdays and Sundays I think run together at this point, but it was certainly nice to go 6-0. I'm proud of the girls.
Appreciate you.
You heard her right there, going 6-0. So yeah, I mean it's again awesome weekend. I know, like I said, water polo was 11-10. They fell to Cal again, who's a good team, but Coach Party's got this team rolling. I cannot wait to get out there. A lot going on. We're going to stay focused. We're going to get on out there as they have a little bit left. They are, by the way, women's hoops, the final yesterday, real quick before we finish on water polo, the final yesterday was 58-51. But man, you look at them. The box score, they were 9 for 12 from the free throw line. And you figure, they only scored 9 points in the third quarter. Hey, Texas Tech is a ranked team for a reason. ASU should be ranked. They're 22-9, and they have Arizona for a third time. The first time was 68-61 in Tempe, and when I went down south, that whole pseudo debacle, they were down and they battled back. McKenna Bracken's turned the ball over late. It went off the side of her thing, and I'm not singling her out to pick on her, but she showed grit, hits the shot. Coach Miller at the presser said she was like a third option, hits that shot to tie it up. They sent it to overtime, and guess what? They win 75-69 in front of Arizona's big crowd that they always get. So, and it was nice of them to just start leaving, not staying till zeros on the clock. I know people do that at athletic events. I always think it's a joke because never really said to me, but if we went to games, I don't want to leave early. I don't want to get there late, and I don't want to leave early. So I don't care what the score is. I'm watching till the end. So I can either fully complain later or fully just love everything later. No, you guys get what I'm saying. But yeah, so they beat them 75-69. And yeah, they got them up next. So that's who they have next. But I mean, 22-9, Molly Miller's first year. And it's look, they win 2 games, they're in the tournament. You know, wins above bubble teams. They talk about that. We'll get into that. But yeah, man, forks up. Phenomenal job to Coach Miller. The staff, I mean, again, the players buying in. And yeah, some players struggled yesterday, but you know what? They still played defense because you held Texas Tech to 58 points. Yes, you only scored 51, but Molly Miller's done a lot of winning this year. Or this team has done a lot of winning, and coach and the staff have put them in ways they've adjusted. They play defense. The coach says that's going to be a staple. You guys have heard it. But yeah, I mean, so phenomenal weekend. Before you get out of here, again, forks up. Coach Boehm, women's and men's swim and dive, men 4 straight conference titles. Last 2 Pac-12, first 2 Big 12. Yeah, they absolutely are owning it. And they got veterans and they got freshmen that are just, you know, younger freshmen and sophomores that are just crushing it. We'll be out there. We're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna have fun with the women's relay team. We want to get them on, and we'll see how we can get that going. But and then figure out, you know, when we can get Coach Boehm on. Maybe it'd be after the championships. So that is that. But man, that's gonna do it for me, man. Phenomenal Monday, guys. Forks up to you for jumping in. And again, thanks to reigning back-to-back Big 12 champs, women's volleyball, and now men's and women's swim and dive, back-to-back Big 12 champs, first 2 years in it. Yeah, they own it. So, yes, but thanks to women's volleyball, it is hashtag our state, school down south. Remember that. That is for you to remember. Yeah, that's for you to remember. It is hashtag our state. And, yeah, I mean, you know, sorry, not sorry, because it's facts. And Coach Boehm, men's and women's swim and dive, pitchfork lunch mojo, out to you guys, which, again, you have because Coach has been on and everything. So, yeah, absolutely a big fan of that. So have a phenomenal rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Again, don't forget, today is March 2nd. March is the greatest month of the year. But yeah, we will have Coach Bartlett on Thursday on the 4th. Yes. So the 4th. So yes, don't forget, you're gonna want to watch. You guys, normally everybody does. So again, and I know you do. So again, Coach Bartlett. But yeah, have a phenomenal rest of your Monday. I will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. You guys know it. Go Devils. And as always, forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call. Wayne Baker, Plummer will put it up. Throws over the middle. Pool, touchdown. Quick flag.
3rd down and 5. Levitt swings it to Scadaboo. Scadaboo breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Scadaboo is the running back, and he is immediately met. The backfield runs through the contact and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
Chuck this defense here. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025. Today. This one the other way. It's still going back. Got the track. Walks up and down.
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt 3 right on the money.